Hey, hello. We are back. We're gonna go ahead and do a pick a card for today. Well, at least like I'm back for right now. I'm gonna do a pick a card for today. We're only gonna do two piles. Um, and see what we get out of it. Um, okay. Okay. So, hold on now. Hold on. Rethink. Set your intention. Um, Rethink and set your intention. Okay. So you can pick pile number one or pile number two. Only two piles for today. Just to ease back into things. I'll see how I feel on Sunday. If I want to post or not, I'll let you know. Pile number one or pile number two. And we're gonna get into it. Okay. I want to say almost like one, leaving certain things behind for sure. Not letting certain things sit on your soul as heavy as they used to. Definitely picking your battles for sure. But it will be kind of a bigger tower moment. There's a full moon in Scorpio, I believe. It's supposed to be a blood moon, so that'd be a great time to release and kind of reset your intentions for the rest of the month and next month coming up, I heard. Um, a lot of different mindsets that were connected to your willpower that you just kind of like almost kept bottled up, or almost like a museum of all of like your past, the things that you've done wrong, the things that you've stayed stagnant in, and allowing yourself to move past it even if you feel like you're not worthy of moving past it. A lot of internal work for sure. One I heard for the rest of the month. Just to build up your strengths, to see, really if you're ready to let go, really if you're ready to commit yourself back to yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah, again, a big rebirth in mindsets. The light you see things and the way you see them, and being able to. I was just writing about this too. Being able to choose what energy, like what box you're going to put what energy in. Like you can automatically think of something and it not be what you need to think about, if that makes sense. Um, like because you have the choice whether you align it with whatever. Like, oh, I have words. I'm using them. I'm trying to. Yeah, it's up to you what box you put what energy in. It's up to you how you view the things that you feel like are almost attacking you. Or, again, you have a cup. Is it half full or half empty? Um, or is the cup full of like poison and like, you know, you don't know, but if you set the intention that the cup's full of water and like a drinkable substance, then it's full of water and it's a drinkable substance. Find the magic in things again. Allow yourself to draw your own reality. Don't be stressed out by. I'm hearing the little things, but it's not little things. It's things that affect you on your day to day life. They cause more of an uproar than you should, so they kind of. Spirit kind of wants to realign you and bring you back to what's more important, not the things in the back of your head. Um, Expansion is going to be very important. Being able to see yourself in different situations, being able to really guide yourself whenever you do come at a crossroads. And if this hasn't already happened, I mean, if this isn't about to happen, this is kind of the next step or something that has already happened, whatever. be open to receiving, 18 on the back, and then I saw 16. 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16. I'm right about that. Cleanse. Make sure you cleanse your energy. Really, I do want you to prepare for the full moon coming up. I think it's on the 12th. 2, 4, 6, 8. Also, I don't want to say give up, but don't over critique yourself, and don't expect to have a full plan planned out like right ahead of you. You know what I mean? Don't be too hard on yourself whenever you can't figure out everything. Be open to receiving and cleanse your idea of what receiving is in your situation. Isolate and reflect, because we do have the Hermit here too. So I would really, again, do your shadow work, understand your inner world on a deeper level. Obviously, like the most basic thing you can say, but almost like, okay, and I've been feeling this too, so I'm just gonna like out myself on that. Like anger that you just kind of hid in the back, but it's still there, and like, you know, you just like start crying and you don't even realize you're crying. That happened today. I was like crying and I didn't even realize I was crying. I was like, why am I crying? Like, and I just couldn't cope. And it's because like I put all of this stuff in the back, and I hold myself up to a level of like standards, and sometimes you shouldn't hold yourself to a standard. Like you just shouldn't. Even if it's the way that you keep track of everything, don't hold yourself up to a high standard in those ways. Like hold yourself up, you know, but not in a way where if you don't win or if you fail, which what is winning? What is winning at that point? But if you fail, it's just a flood of negativity and oh, I should have done this and whatever, you know. Again, museum of like failures or like things that you know you didn't do properly in your mind. Leaving behind perfectionism and really falling in love with the journey that is, because even like those worst moments are the best part of your journey. And it's sometimes whenever you come out of that and you go back into it, it's almost like, oh, well, like, what the frick did I do wrong to be able to, like, come out of it, be at the top of the mountain, and then be right back into the freaking valley? Like, but that's just life. That's just life, and that's the way things are supposed to be, so you can experience those depths of emotion within yourself and being able to conquer it without conquering it, because you don't want to conquer it. You want to understand it to the point where it no longer affects you on such a deep level that like even your worst triggers can't be used against you, which takes time. I'm not gonna lie, that takes time and effort, and like it's mentally and physically draining, but it's worth it, to a T. But on the back of that is hell. But I heard HE double hockey sticks, so being able to like, when I need to stop cussing, yeah, but being able to almost not fill in the blanks, yeah, kind of fill in the blanks, but censor yourself before you like crash the frick out, and lose yourself in the music. You will never let it go. Whatever. Eminem, Candy. Also chocolate, being kind of emotional. Don't call me out like that. But yeah, being kind of emotional. I know whenever I'm like in a mood, I eat so much chocolate when I'm in a mood, like so much. Speak your freaking mind. Be open and honest with yourself about what you feel, and don't let yourself like dim any part of yourself just because it's not pretty or presentable to everybody else. And then we have 4 and 8 again. 8, 8, 8. What you put out comes back to you. You may have had something, and like specifically, what chakra is that? Specifically in your sacral chakra, so like right above like your root, in your gut, dude. One, you may feel it in your gut, but also if you just like have some new job situation, or like educating yourself in different aspects and areas in the world. um, Being able to do that and take the time to do that, I know for me, learning and like keeping up with a schedule with myself is a great way for me to like deal with my stressors. So that might be helpful, or even not adding to your schedule more, you know, knowing whenever you need a break, knowing whenever your flame is kind of going down. And adding a little bit more fun into, okay, so the way I said it is iffy, but adding more fun into your weaknesses, acknowledging that your weaknesses, even if like they're ugly and you're like fucking sobbing and inconsolable, that in itself is fun, and that's something I had to learn. And I'm like, you know, still learning. You're never done learning, but something I have to consistently remind myself of is, you know, shadow work, as tough as it is, it's a good thing. It's like a very beautiful thing to see and to watch yourself progress. And for whenever you doubt yourself so heavily, to be able to know what affirmations you need, to know how you need to take care of yourself in what ways, and being able to be that intimate with yourself. So again, waning gibbous, turn inwards, replenishing, cleansing, unbindings, really going into the depth of yourself and not leaving yourself behind. Like fully, the way this feels, it's like full abandonment of self, and not thinking you can do it, and feeling like, you know, just doubting yourself so much that you feel like there isn't anywhere else to go. Like you're just in a fucking box and you have nowhere else to go. Um, and that's not just like in your physical realm either. That's like emotional right there. Because, yeah, I can feel in some aspects it is in the physical realm. Um, but mostly I'm feeling 21, 12, 21, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, wow. Mostly feeling it in your inner world. Needing to surrender to yourself. I don't know if I said it, but waxing gibbous, refine and hone, success, motivation, attraction, good wealth. Another thing I do want to say is your worth is not based on what you create. I mean, like, yeah, that's not what I meant. It's not based on, like, what type of job you have or, like, how much money you make. It's the integrity you hold in your work. It's the pride you hold in your work. It's the effort you put into yourself. You know what I mean? Not just, like, yeah. Yeah. So we have waning crescent, surrender, balance, success, attaining wisdom, um, waxing crescent, set intentions, wealth, success, duress. Okay, so like yeah, take a second to really be there for yourself and like not stress the frick out over like life. Nothing's gonna change. Worrying about it isn't gonna change anything. There's not much you can do other than like show up in the spots that you're meant to show up at. And I think that's part of my problem mostly is like I just have to show up and like do it because it's not that hard, right? You just do it and you do it and you do it. It's every day, right? But after a certain point, when are you like actually showing up as you? When are you actually showing up like as the unique being you are, instead of just like a body, you know? Um Also be clear on your intentions on how you want to move forward without certain things, and things you need to cut out of your life, but also parts of self that you need to grow and become in trans with. Okay. Before you take, okay, because the order that this is in is last quarter, take action, banishing, breaking habits, relinquishing. So it's banishing habits, balance, wealth, and success. That's the normal order you would want to do things in, right? That makes sense, but it doesn't, because you would want to balance first, assess your wisdom, your wealth, and then banish. Okay, so rethink the orders that you're doing things in. Again, going back to like schedule, rethink the things that affect you still, places you've gone, people you've met, things that stand out to you. A person you've met might stand out to you, or will soon, but I feel like it's someone from the past. And then you have spirituality, higher self, purity, peace, substitution too. So again, that does go back with a person. So I definitely reassessing the types of relationships you've had in the past. But the things you've moved forward from in those relationships, that could be family, that could be friends, again, significant others, but how you've moved forward from them, how strong you would have to be to move forward. Then we have brown, protection, home, animal, stability, family, material goods. Again, I'm hearing not holding your worth based on the fact that like you're a body and a job, if that makes sense. Really acknowledging yourself as like an actual human being in the world, that the world, like, and I'm gonna go on my tangent, the world literally provides us everything we've ever needed, and we like exploit her. Don't get me started. So one thing I am hearing is once you recover what you want to create, like fully set your intentions on what you want to create and what you want to do, stability will fall in line. Like, it's almost like, and this is a strange way to put it, considering what I just said, but it's almost like our brains are naturally like that. If they know we need to do something, they'll just follow the steps. But you still have to be physically in your body and like experience things as they are and appreciate the love that comes with it, the exploration of it, the ups and downs of it. Even the parts where you feel like you don't have what it takes, when you feel like you're not fucking worthy of even doing the thing that you're doing, any of it. Again, and coming bound, not being bound to the ideas in your mind, not being bound to what you think energy means, reconsidering one, everything you know I heard. Full moon, time's up, tick tick. But yeah, really not sticking with one choice, allowing yourself to kind of explore and connect to all aspects of something. And even if it means like you're failing, there is no failure, it's just try again. And really finding the love in that. And one specifically, yeah, the magic of it, being able to see the magic in your everyday life again without it being, and I know for me, especially like whenever it says, oh, like see the magic in things, I see the magic in everything. I don't need to see no more magic, get the fuck away from me. That's kind of how it gets sometimes, and it is overwhelming. But not seeing even that as a bad thing, like, I have to take some time sometimes and be like, okay, yeah, I'm psychic and it can like drive me freaking crazy sometimes, but it's an experience not many people get to have, and it's like beautiful in its own. So Family Guy might be important, old like cartoons, adult cartoons. I've been watching a lot of those recently. Just kind of like brain rot. Brain rot and more brain rot. Yeah, yeah. That's all I got. That's all I got on that one. No. Hold on. So for our planets, so we have the Sun, Fire, Leo, Self, Main Concerns, Vitality. And then I heard Vigilance. So again, knowing whenever you're kind of being set up spiritually. And yeah, this can be in like the physical too, but knowing whenever energy is kind of like clocking shit for shit, knowing whenever you're supposed to ignore certain things, because like there's going to be some tests and they're just, yeah. And then we have Mercury, communication, intellect, reason, Gemini, and Virgo. Again, a lot of going back to the duality of self, and your creation and understanding what you create, why you create it, and what it stems from. And then we have Chiron, point of healing, which going back into the what it stems from, because you can like just do regular everyday stuff and not understand that it fully stems from like a whole other thing. It's kind of like having PTSD and you hear a loud noise and you automatically like jump, but you don't understand why you're jumping unless you know what memory it's like kind of like that. And then we have Venus, air and earth, Taurus and Libra. Love, beauty, and art. So one thing I do see is like balance. One in chakras, yeah. Make sure you're balancing your chakras. You're taking the time to work with your chakras, but specifically I heard balance in the physical realm. That means whatever you make it mean. But just justice in general. Like whatever this tough patch is, you're gonna get justice for it. I wouldn't even worry about it. That one's not for everybody, but and then we have North Node, your potential. Okay. We're gonna do our numbers. Automatically 222. Stop worrying. 000, new beginnings. Okay. From the full moon to the new moon next month. Or that might be this month. Don't quote me on that one. 555 changes. 1111 right path. Okay, so say you're on the right path. You're 100% sure you're on the right path, and someone asks you to go to the left path, and that's 100% the right path. Are you willing to go on the left path just because someone told you to? And what are the keys that your discernment would tell you that you shouldn't go on that path or that you should go on that path? Understanding how your discernment works, understanding how, yeah, what I just said. 999, time to unlock the next step, and then 666, rethink your actions. Or thoughts need refocusing, rethink your actions, just rethink. And then you will get information on when to set your intentions, because it's not whenever you think it's going to be. Don't see things as black and white. Look into things a little bit more deeper. And then I've been channeling a rose that grew from concrete. But again, it's all in the way you view things. It's all in the way you view things, the way you go about it, the choices you decide to put in boxes. Choices, the energies that you decide to put in boxes. But if you don't understand the box, you're not going to understand the energy. If you don't understand the energy, you're not going to understand the box. 2424. Clematis. Intelligence and mental beauty. Because that's all magic is, really. Garden heliotrope, devotion, and dreams fulfilled. Pay attention to your dreams, for sure. And don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't feel like you're doing anything wrong, you cannot fail. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna head out. I think that's it. Wait, is it? Yeah, that should be it. I'm pretty sure that's most of the message. So, comment, um, talk to us, the people. Stay while I clean up or leave. Watch the second video if you feel like it. It's up to you. It's really all up to you. You can have whatever you like. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Okay. So, we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna start with, pile number 2. So one I heard, don't fake it till you make it. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, is like the whole fake it till you make it thing. Because if you're faking it, like, then you're not doing it. So, this is kind of confusing. Okay. So, it's almost like getting stuck on the same word. Getting stuck on the same word, being tongue-tied, not understanding how to express yourself or how to present yourself. And then I heard specific song, God Wrapped You Like a Bow. Okay, so it's almost like martyrism. It's almost like martyrism, not understanding when to, one, I heard give it up, but also knowing to never give it up. But then there's almost like this energy of going back. And either picking it up where you left off, having to go into something blindly, and not really being able to trust that you'll fall in the right place. Or that you'll mess it up yourself almost, but you're still gonna, like, move forward with, like, the best that you can. Because that's what you owe yourself, but still not holding the space that you need to, like, be in this confused energy, or to not know how you're moving forward, or what you're building for. 28, and then 84. Again, going in blind, but leading with your heartbreak. It's almost really poetic. And the main thing I do have to say is keep going, even if you don't know where the fuck you're going. Like, just keep going, because it's your justice. It's what you're meant to do. Obviously, have the best mindset you can while you move forward. Acknowledge when you are hurt, though. Acknowledge whenever you do need a break. Because it's like, going forward, even though, like, you've got 1,000 swords in your back, yeah, but being able to acknowledge the fact that you are weak, and not in a bad way, because that's not a bad thing. Acknowledging the fact that you are weak, that you're almost isolated, or isolating the problem, isolating the thing that has been keeping you away from what you need to do. But again, choosing not to take that and choosing to like lead with your best foot forward, the other side of the rainbow. Grass isn't greener on the other side, but the grass is freaking greener on the other side. 3003. It's just mostly a thing of keeping up with yourself, not letting everybody else's gunk get to you, not letting anybody talk you out of your own life. So one thing I do have to say, the last pile had the Empress in it. This pile has the Emperor in it. So yeah, really being stable in yourself, but not forgetting how you got stable in the first place. Being able to tap back into that energy from the past on how you made it through over and over and over again, and continuing to lead with your best foot forward, even if like you have a negative mindset, even if things from the past are coming up, even if okay. Because it really is kind of like this fight, and it plays itself out. That's the thing about tarot, it'll play itself out, right? It's a fight between balance and like negative mindsets, right? And being stuck in the middle of it, either between people around you like doubting you and whatever, or just like your own negative mindset. And being able to choose yourself, being able to again see, it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna leave with my best foot forward, but like, babe, are you good? But babe, are you good? I said in the last pile, choosing to like, yeah, fight your battles and fight them the hardest you can, but you have to actually be in your body while you do it. You have to be fully present with yourself while you experience those ups and downs, and in completion, the things you feel like you didn't complete, the things you feel like you left hanging, again, stuff from the past that you didn't get to do or you did do already, and you just don't acknowledge your own accomplishments. Yeah, not acknowledging your own accomplishments, not acknowledging how far you've come, not letting yourself speak up for yourself, or even if you do speak up for yourself, you kind of like censor yourself. Seeing the duality in yourself, but not seeing the beauty in the duality in yourself. Do you hear? Hold on. No, because you gotta hear this. And it's gonna be loud, but you hear how crisp that is? Like, appreciate how crisp you are, dude. 848. Yeah, because you feel like you almost haven't done enough. But, like, you've done it, and it's here, and, like, you're living your life right now, and you gotta live it. Like, be happy you're living it. Encourage yourself to do more. Give yourself the credit you deserve for how much you've already done. 3322. But then I had 3311 before that. And even if no one else can appreciate your accomplishments, you have to take the time to do it for you. Same thing. 1, closed mouths don't get fed. 2, and I hate to say it like this, but ain't nobody gonna be there for you like how you are. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you the way that you're meant to be there for yourself. No one's gonna, it's just like that. So really being able to see all the accomplishments that you've, like, done, even if it's even if it's just 5 accomplishments, that's enough. Even if those accomplishments are taking care of yourself every day, that's enough. Like, 411, 49, and 7. 49 is the square root of 7. No, 7 is the square root of 49. Stop holding yourself up, let yourself fall. Even if it doesn't feel safe to fall, realign what your version of safe means. 3436. Being kinder to yourself in general, not holding yourself like up to standards that you're like, and I'm not saying it to be discouraging, but like sometimes I'll hold myself to a standard that like I'm only going to achieve that whenever I'm like 50 years old, you know what I mean? And that's not everybody's situation, but seriously, you can't like hold that against yourself. You're where you're at, you're doing the best you can where you're at. Allow yourself to do that. Okay. You just gotta pick a card from the box. You just gotta pick a card from the box. Whatever you get is what you get. Whatever you get is what you get. Cherish yourself. You're not a robot. You're not a body for big gov to use for capitalism. That was the kind finger, but that was the kindest finger I had in that moment. Take a break, stability. Take a break for your stability. Okay. Because that's not appreciation to yourself. As much as you want to think like, oh, I'm like working, I'm doing my best, I'm like pushing, but you can't bring life into the world if you're feeding yourself fake love. Addiction. You may have like started drinking coffee too much, or like just too much sugars, stuff like that. Also, if you're constantly doing spell work, you might want to take a moment to just let yourself breathe, or to let yourself breathe. So, when is it? I want to say the new moon, by the new moon. No, give me. Hold on, because I can't remember anything. I want to say till like last quarter, first quarter, whichever one comes first, because I can't remember. That's probably whenever you want to do your spell work. So like when the moon's half and half from the full moon coming up. Think again the type of love and consistency you're showing yourself. Treat yourself better. And then it's just like, what? Like, no, dude. Take like a bubble bath or something. I don't fucking know. The Nurse Who Loved Me 999. Which is just like unlocking the next step. Take a break. Smile. But not like in a creepy way. Fuck. Right path. Create and hone in on your skills, except like, yeah, you're gonna want to do that, but take some time for yourself. Allow yourself to rest and, you know, cater to yourself for once. Luck. Cherish yourself. Caterpillar. Like, yeah, you're the butterfly, but you need to go back in the cocoon for like 5 seconds and take a nap. Just take a nap. Get back in touch with yourself. Rule of 3, I heard. Let them in. Okay, so this is the way it just came out. If you're treating yourself, your full body energy, and your energy creates your reality. If you're overexhausting yourself, your physical reality is going to be overexhausted, right? So if you rest and you give to yourself more and you commit to yourself more on a different level, not just in your physical realm, but intimately, with your intimately, whatever, however you want to view it, and you stop putting such high standards on yourself, because you know you're going to commit to yourself. You know you're going to get the shit done that you need to get done, and it's going to be perfect because you're a perfectionist, and it's going to be the way that it is, right? That's, you know, that's going to show up in your physical realm, and then it's going to push you like tenfold to raise your standards, whenever in reality you need to take more time to rest and kind of like breathe in and breathe out, and understand. One, I heard what you're working towards, because it gets to a point where it's like, okay, what am I even working towards? What am I even doing here? 39. But it's not even about what you're doing here, it's the energy that you have while you're there, or while you're doing whatever you're doing, because like you can love doing something, but if you put so much pressure on yourself to do it, it's not going to be the way you want it to be. I have to tell myself that a lot with like my art, is I have this voice in my head, a nagging voice. Oh, well, like you need to do more art. You should do more art and like commit. Like why? You should do 15 things in one day. And I'm just like, dude, I have a whole day ahead of me. If I have nothing planned, I'm sure I can plan like 15 things without cramming it in at like 5 hours and then burning myself out for the whole entire day. Instead, I can space it out and like give myself time to rest and rejuvenate. And we have need to heal. You need to heal, one, your standards, but how you hold yourself to them. Because then I heard in the allotted time, like, yeah, you can have time management and it be managed correctly, 444. But you can also, like, not push yourself and, like, not rush yourself. Because another thing is, I have to remind myself, like, art, you can't rush that. Art comes naturally, however it comes, and like, whatever. It just is what it is. 369, flashbang. It might happen. It might happen. It might not. Read in between the lines. The Fae. Okay. Free Fallin', Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Venus and Sagittarius. Okay, so first thing I heard, I don't know if I can say that. I'm gonna say it. First thing I heard is like hate sex. Venus and Sagittarius reminds me a lot of hate sex. But it's kind of like this love-hate relationship with yourself, this give and take, this give and take relationship with yourself, except like you're just giving, and you're not getting anything out of it, and then you won't take the time to give back to yourself in the ways that you need emotionally and physically and spiritually. So then you still end up giving, thinking it's gonna give you something back, and you're just like, you know, and then King of Swords on the bottom. Okay. We're gonna get some numbers out, see what we can get. I did see 56 earlier, 212, 8 and 7, 7, 8, 9. It's the order you see things in. The Way Things Are by Little Peep. Okay. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. It's okay. 666, your thoughts need refocusing. 111, you're inferior, I heard. T. Your intentions are manifesting. So I said flashbang earlier. I want you to think about what you automatically think 666 means, and then the intention that lies with that and all that. Because in reality, it's not like some crazy shit. It's just like, think a little bit harder. And then 999, unlock the next step. Think a little bit harder. Flashbang. Sleepwalking or something, astral projection. Also, another thing is, oh my gosh, take some time to kind of translate what you do and feel and think in the astral in the physical realm and how it translates. Because again, your physical reality manifests, the way you feel manifests in your physical reality. And if you're like, y'all have brains, y'all got it. Y'all have brains, y'all got it. I don't gotta explain too much because I don't have a brain anymore. Yeah, deadass. Empty in here. I wish. 888, money versus abundance. You can be abundant and not have any fucking money. But you can have money and not be abundant. Again, intentions. Huge changes are coming up. 555. Challenge your knowledge. Challenge everything you know. Challenge the way you learned them. That one's going to be interesting. But also challenge yourself to like take a fucking break. Okay, so then I got 3, 6, 12. First I got 6 and 12. 6 and then 12. 12 dimensions, 6 dimensions, but then 3, 6, 12. Again, and then I saw 25 in the first reading. I didn't say anything because I knew it wasn't for that. 44:55, 9 o'clock right now. 11:11, you're on the right path. 777, luck is on your side. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Look at your accomplishments, and I don't mean just in the physical realm. Take your spiritual accomplishments seriously. Even if no one else knows about them, even if no one else understands it, take them seriously. You are not just like a fucking person in a body, you're a whole soul. You do things on a regular that you don't even fully realize is like a whole like thing, you know? And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to, again, free fall and Tom Petty and the fucking Heartbreakers, dude. So we have new moon again. Didn't I say by the new moon? Half quarter. First quarter and then first quarter, last quarter. Don't fucking at me on this. When the moon's halfway, the full moon halfway, new moon. That's gonna be like a whole fucking thing. You gotta pay attention to that. And then sirens are going off. Damn. Because now I'm thinking about all the work I gotta do, and I don't want to do it. I mean, I guess, but whatever. New moon, new beginnings, banishing, soul searching, divination, curses. And then what do we have? Fucking first quarter, release and let go, creativity, negativity. I read it as negativity. What is your negativity versus your creativity? How's your negativity affecting your creativity? And another thing, if I can have it in my brain, okay, whatever. It's gone. Okay. We're gonna do some colors. I would say look for the colors blue and purple. A lot of like earth tones, but not earth tones in like the way you would think of earth tones. Because you say earth tones and it's like, oh, like browns and stuff like that. I don't mean it like that. The colors of the earth, which are like what? Blue and green. And like other colors. But blue and green, and again, challenge the way you view things. Challenge why you think of things the way that you think of things. Blue and pink, boy and girl, right? But why are they those colors? Why are they the colors that they are? Because, like, well, we know why, but, like, think about it. Just, like, not for, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. Banishing negativity, protection, binding, nature, physical healing, money, abundance, fertility, growth, wealth, masculinity, luck, power, happiness, and the sun. And then I'm getting fool's gold. Vital energy, passion, courage, lust, charisma, fast action. Everything's gonna come how it's meant to come. Point of healing, Chiron. Saturn, restrictism, pessimism, structure. Allow the structure to fall. Let the tower fall. Let everything fall how it's meant to fall. Don't be scared when it falls. Even if that means like bawling your eyes out for no reason. Bawl your eyes out for no reason. Bleh. So another thing I am getting is the color pink. Self-love, nurturing, caring, friendship, healing, emotional healing, romantic love. Okay, I don't know what that was. There was a noise though. Spooky. Also, nothing spooky. Nothing is spooky the way that you think it is. I don't know. Let me have an existential crisis really quick. Oh, so I don't know if I want to talk about that though. I don't know. It might come up on Sunday if I post. If I start posting again, who knows? It might come up on Sunday. If I can remember, if it seems fit to bring up. So we have flocks, birds of a feather flock together, unanimity and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And if you're denying yourself comfort or care, you're not living in harmony with yourself. You're just neglecting yourself. And I didn't mean to say in such a harsh way. So that's kind of just really indicative and the way, one, I heard you won't surrender to yourself, but you won't comfort yourself, and I don't know how to explain that. It's almost, because it's like a mutual understanding, like, hey, yeah, we're human beings, and we have feelings, but we still have to do the things we need to do, so really kind of just disconnecting to the fact that you're just a human being, and all that, one, being a human being means, but that, like, you're a soul connected to your body, and that's the only reason you, like, have your personality and are who you are, and that's, important. Okay. One, it's okay to admit you know everything. It's okay to admit you know everything, babe. I feel like that's something I've struggled with for a while now, is being okay with knowing things, because it makes other people uncomfortable, and you feel like you have to make yourself smaller for their comfort, and it's gotten to a point where, like, I honestly don't even know how to, like, be myself anymore, because I'm intimidating, right? And that can be a whole thing in itself. But don't, even if you are intimidating, let yourself be intimidating. Let yourself be who you are, even if it's intimidating, even if you're, like, strange and off-putting. It's okay. And then we got nature, physical healing, money, abundance, fertility, and growth. I feel like there's something else. Okay, so leaving a job. Don't leave your job on my account. Don't fucking do that. Do it on your account if you want to do that, but don't do it because that just came up. That's fucking dumb. Unless you're really unhappy and, like, let's. I just have to say that. Just want energy. Okay, so this is making me think again. In my Sims, barely play The Sims. The Sims scare me half the time. No. No. But in The Sims, actually, this is kind of awful. I would just make her do a bunch of paintings and sell those so we could have, like, a nice house, babe. Like, you're gonna live lavishly. You got it. But then also, side part of that, and this is why I'm not allowed on The Sims, because I genuinely feel bad about this. Okay, so I married someone. I married this cute little shorty, right? And then I took all her family's money just to buy this house. And I genuinely, like, I feel awful about that. I feel awful about making her work all the time. I feel awful about taking that girl's money on The Sims. That's messed up. So, like, empathy. Just a lot of empathy. And, like, open your horizons. Be open to new things coming in. Be open to receiving. You got it. 53, 56. Okay. And then 57. Greed. W. Mumbo wumbo. But greed. How you look at greed. How you view things. Peace of mind. Reevaluate your priorities and responsibilities. I hope, like, that thing made sense, because I get it, but look, I'm tired. And then, like, yeah, sleeper agent. But whatever. Think again. Fake love. that one's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. That's gonna be interesting. And then we have Mumbo Wumbo out. Take time to educate yourself. Stop and get some help. Old vines in general have been really specific. Word will get word tongue tied. Fuck, road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does. Whatever. Water, the element water, again being connected to your emotions, but again, astral projection is going to be big within this month. If you don't understand when you're astral projecting, ask somebody. Just ask the air. It'll make sense to whoever. To help you understand when you are, because sometimes you're not always going to know unless you've like practiced that. 911 on the time, 5544. Snake in the grass, shady as fuck. Martyr. Take care of yourself, trust yourself, Mars, and Capricorn. I can't remember when that happened. Look up when the last time Mars was in Capricorn, and that might be important. Who knows? Moon. And then think of the last, I want to say 5 months, back until last August. Yeah, last August. Family, take care of yourself. The hose is calling. Trust yourself. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. There's like a little treasure hunt type of vibe right there, and I like that. Interesting. Um, I think that's all I got, bub. Like, comment, you know, do your thing. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Okay, damn. Okay, but before the tower came out, the moon, what other majors? Temperance. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's all I got. Thank you for, dude, I'm like completely dissociated right now. Bye.